We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. Today, our moon is in Scorpio. Things might get a little bit intense as it makes a square with Pluto in Aquarius. So this is all about deep inner transformation that is happening now today, or this is a powerful week as we're getting ready for the equinox. So this is the equinox week, and we can already be tapping into those energies. We're also in the eclipse gateway, or the eclipse porthole, as we are in that 2-week space in between eclipses. But during that time, the energies are super heightened as we're getting ready for that next eclipse. We're in a really, really powerful energy during that time too. So we're going to go ahead and start with the reading though, just to see what is going on. We'll start with the reading for the Divine Feminine Collective, just to tap in. I have a lot of healings up for today, specifically on my website. I have some of my, I have my equinox stuff up too, so you can find that and book that anytime that you want on my website. You can always do anything you want on my website anyways, sparksofdivinelighthealing.com. I am an energy healer. I help you with healings, clearings, and activation work. I also do twin flame and relationship coaching and readings on there. So if you're looking for some clarity on your situation or what is going on, you can always book me on my website. Remember, this is just a general reading that we're going to do. This is why I recommend doing those one-on-one sessions. This will help you specifically with what is coming up. So with today's energy, specifically, this is helping us to break out of old paradigms that are no longer serving us, helping us to step into the unknown, but it's also helping us huge with our relationships to clear a lot of outdated programming and things like that. Now, these are really, really amazing energies for manifesting what you desire, but if you haven't quite got there yet, it's all about doing the inner work to clear inner negative thoughts, beliefs, and programs that are blocking you. It's all about kind of letting go of those blocks during this time. So we have a lot of very strong energies that are helping you to see things clear. And we also have a big burst of energies that comes into the planet with the equinox. It's like the earth is awakening, and we're all feeling those energy surges, and they're amazing. It brings new energy into your life. So amazing if you're in a twin flame connection for bringing positive energies and momentum to move that forward too. But let's go ahead and start with a reading for the divine feminine, just to see what is going on. Divine feminine collective, divine masculine. If you're watching, direct messages from your divine feminine. I couldn't go against my family to be with you. So we have, and I see this is common, and in whatever way it has come up for you in this lifetime, you're working through family wounds. Some of these might be really obvious, some of these not so obvious, that you've been dealing with them in your relationships. And this is why we have issues in our relationships due to childhood wounds that we may or may not have known we had, but they're becoming really obvious, especially in the twin flame dynamic. So when you're in this type of connection or any type of safe connection, actually this is the space where you tend to work through things. Like if you're holding on to things from your past, old wounds, karmic baggage, whatever it is, it might be coming up during this time too, and specifically being mirrored around your twin flame connection. See, we're also in Mercury retrograde, and we're also in Venus retrograde, which might be bringing up any issues from your past, especially if you haven't resolved them. Sometimes we think we've resolved things and it might come up, whether internally or in our actual reality, like people popping back up or little things happening in your life to bring up old experiences. And so this is huge on the twin flame journey. Whether your twin flame has triggered old stuff within you or just things you're working through on your own by yourself, it just kind of depends. And we are getting ready to, on the 20th, that's Thursday, we are getting ready to, with this equinox, shift into Aries season. And I think this might be a little bit needed because it's going to help us with the self work that we're doing too, and maybe focusing on ourselves a little bit more. So you might be feeling those vibes already, where you're being guided to do a high level of work on yourself during this time. This helps you with your relationships and other areas of your life when you're blossoming and blooming and flourishing in your life energetically. It helps you to have a very positive, I'll say, reaction dealing with other people and bringing positive energies into all areas of your life. Specifically, it's a relationship reading though, and people tend to bounce off of your vibration and your energy. So it's so important, especially for the divine feminine, that you are transmuting a lot of stuff that you have picked up along the way. This could be releasing karmic baggage, working on your energy, healing patterns, letting go of things, becoming more aware of your own beliefs and blocks that have been getting in the way, and kind of dealing with these things. So we have a big focus on getting energetically right with these eclipses. Doesn't matter where you're at in your journey, we have a really big focus on self-care. And I know you guys were probably feeling that over the weekend. I was kind of saying, you know, that eclipse happened over the weekend, which is a good thing because eclipses bring, like, it's a reset. It's like turning the light on and off. But we're talking about your energy, right? Some of you guys might have been feeling guided to kind of reboot. This could be to recalibrate, shift into higher frequencies, needing to rest, needing a little self-care. And this is important. This isn't stuff we just pull out once in a while. It's so needed living on the planet during these times, as oftentimes I know there's a lot happening energetically, and people might be aware of that. And you guys are like, yeah, I'm real good with energy. Some of you guys maybe not so much, but you're going through some deep inner changes with these ascension energies that are playing out across the planet. So it's very much necessary that you are taking care of yourself, taking care of your energy, and spending more time working on your energy, because that is what the mission is what we're supposed to be doing during this time. It's healing. And so while we're talking about these energies, because we're Pluto in Aquarius, and I know I'm going a little off topic, we always expect some type of huge global change, and not to pick, I don't think it's going to come from the places we expect. It's coming from the people that are healing and doing the inner work to manifest better worlds and better realities, having a ripple effect across the collective, because we are the collective. And so when we begin to make these changes in our own life and our own energy and manifest better and do better, this is how we actually raise up the collective and raise up some of the collective energies too. So if you're being guided to like work on yourself and heal, this is what you should be doing. You're helping in a big way, obviously, yourself to improve and better yourself and to heal things and to manifest better, because this is how we do manifest better, out of healing the inner blocks and narratives and things like that. So we still have a big focus with Venus retrograde of getting rid of the old narratives and shifting out of stuff, situations, whatever it is coming up that we're not happy with in our life, and improving these areas and working on these. So we have a big focus on, number one, the past coming back up, especially any unresolved issues or areas you need to heal. This is actual karma, something you need to heal. So we have that theme. And then of course Venus, right, retrograde, which is a big focus on our relationships right now. My heart always comes back to you even when I don't want to. And so twin flame connection is different than other types of connection. You guys will know if you're in the connection. Some people don't, that's okay, but you're gonna have so many signs like loud and clear. You're gonna be made aware that this is that type of connection. And this is why oftentimes, if you are not with this person, this isn't for everyone, because a lot of these flames, I say, are together, but if you're not with this person specifically, this is a message for you. If you're in separation, you know this is your person because you think about them still all the time. You might be checking up on them. You might try to see what they're doing or what's going on. It's like there's such a void from this connection in this space. And I know a lot of twin flames that if they're not together and they've met, some of them might be kept by themselves, single, working on themselves and still doing that work. And despite how it looks, you're working towards union, and you will come into union in this lifetime, whether next chapter or even later on in your story. And so it's important that you are trusting the process and trusting the guidance that you're getting, because this is not, I want to say, this is not your average. This is not your average 3D connection. This is one that will probably come shake you up into your, at the core of yourself. And you know, you'll see a big transformation that happens for everyone around this connection. You begin to change and really, really heal things and acknowledge things and work on yourself too. So you know deep within your heart, this connection, you'll know, right? You're going to know who this person is. I wasn't honest with you about my feelings at the time, and this could be not having revealed things or not having really shared how you felt about things, whatever it was. And so while we have this moon in Scorpio, this is going to have you acknowledging your own feelings and emotions. You might be feeling things a little bit deeper. Okay, so when we deal with moon in Scorpio, it does not shy away from the dark shadows. It actually, you know, does good here. And so this is all about shadow work with today's energies. Doesn't surprise me because we just got done with that lunar eclipse, but we're still feeling the aftershock, as I call it, and the after effect. And we're going to be for months, right? Especially as we're waiting for the next one. And so we're really, really feeling the effects of this eclipse. And it's all about the shadows, because when we deal with eclipses, they tend to illuminate things in that area and stuff like that. So you might be having shadow work come up, or you're seeing some of your own inner shadows. This could be old wounds, negativities, negative thinking, how you project your own shadow traits and aspects on others, whatever it is. We have this theme around it of these things being illuminated during this time, especially with the spiritual awakening and ascension happening. But with the twin flame journey specifically, it's a twin flame reading, that it does trigger things that other relationships generally don't. Each relationship is going to be a little different, right? With the types. So this is like shadow work coming up, and truly having to go into these, I want to say, darker aspects of yourself, or areas. And sometimes this is the places that you're not very good at. Like, I know you need the work, or the places that darkness can take you in the lows, or whatever it is for you. You're being guided to really go in, I say, and to transmute these areas. Just kind of depends on how. So you may have shadow traits, aspects, whatever it is, coming up during this time. Basically insecurities, areas you don't feel great within yourself, areas you don't feel comfortable within yourself, whatever it is. And divine masculine is like, sees it all, will you? Right? Because we're doing a reading for divine feminine. It's like, I always say, the curtain or the veil gets ripped back and they can see you fully, and whatever it is, it's like these areas that you're seeing within yourself, because their energy has a tendency to highlight things within yourself of how you see yourself and what you're seeing about yourself too, and highlighting areas you may need work. It's part of the process. So you may have inner shadows still coming up that you're working on transmuting, and that's how we raise up in frequency. I couldn't handle my true feelings for you, so I kept you as a friend and nothing more. And it just kind of depends. This isn't for everyone. You'll know if these messages are for you, because some of you guys are not. Maybe you're not fully in union, but you're around your DM, or a lot of times people are like, either work with them, or you have a friendship, or they're around you, but they're not fully in union too. So this is like needing to make sure, and I know the universe decides. I know we love to think we decide in our lives. The universe really decides what work needs to be done when it comes to ourself and our lessons and things that we're working through too. So some of you guys might be around your DM. Make sure that you're staying focused. This is going to really help everyone in the twin flame journey. Staying focused on the positives right now. Staying focused on anything positive going on with the connection. It's always a really good sign when you are around your DM more, or seeing them, or having obviously more communication. I just wasn't awake enough for our connection yet. You're waking me up. And so the universe gives us what we need in our life, whether it's to heal things within ourselves karmically, or to wake up more during this time. And it's like that. So your DM has played an important role in your awakening and healing you. And this is like kind of noticeable. So this connection is helping to, I say, aid you. It's helping to aid you in your awakening and helping you to wake up more. It's a big part of your awakening. I think that it happens on higher levels for people too. It just depends, because this is the person you're meant to be with. And we go through a lot sometimes to get to those higher levels. I'm just not ready yet. Trust in divine timing. So I would say a lot of you guys are doing the work to be ready fully for this connection. Okay, this separation is because you started to treat me like a karmic partner, and this isn't for everyone. So this is just for those that are in separation. But if you're working through a separation, know this is where the work is done. And sometimes we don't always understand that, as we're very much, walking this path and going through this. It's in those spaces of separation that the deepest work is going to be done, usually by yourself, on yourself, to go in and purge out negative beliefs, blocks, and things like that. I feel they get triggered in one way or another. And usually it's separation. It doesn't have to be. Some people don't go through that, but oftentimes it is triggered, sometimes in spaces apart, because it's those areas that you might need the healing the most that come up in the, I say the negative, right? In those negative spaces with your own thoughts, beliefs, and blocks. there isn't a second of the day that I'm not on your mind. And this is one telltale sign of twin flames too, because you guys think of each other an awful lot. A lot of you guys know that too. Okay, so I'm just trying to get the cards straight. All right, control, taking responsibility for both your actions and emotions. Everything you think sets things into motion. Number one, that's just one example of it. Your emotions are setting things into motion. You share emotions with this person too, so they very much bounce off of or even reflect and magnify your energy too. And so this is like, in many different ways, we have a tug of war happening with today's energies between emotional attachment and needing to detach. This could be from what's coming up within you emotionally and being triggered to the surface. It could be with your other person's lessons and things going on with them. It just kind of depends in that way. And then this is what we're learning to really work on ourselves and our own frequency so that we can interact in a healthier way. Enduring bond, put your family first and spend time together. Now this isn't for everyone, but some of you guys are doing other lessons. So if you do have, this isn't, and it doesn't have to be kids, but we're going to start there. If you do have kids, you're going to notice this is a big part of your karmic path of your lessons, and you're obviously being guided to do a really good job there, especially as you now know how your own upbringing has influenced you and maybe even wounded you and created really deep patterns that can be very hard to shift out of. So you're being guided to kind of do a better job. Now this could be, say you don't have kids, clearly it's for everyone, message for everyone now. You're being guided to really work on your home and family life and to make that very, very important during this time. It could be like, since we're going into the spring, getting rid of clutter, cleaning things up, organizing. Maybe you're being guided to like deep clean your house or freshen things up, bring some new energy in, really spruce it up and make it a little better. Maybe, you know, you've been dying to redecorate. Like even like, this is going to sound silly, but my twin flame had me kind of move around a couple pieces of furniture. And it made a big shift. Like even just maybe rearranging some of your furniture or getting a couple new pieces of something, right? It'll help you to like bring new energy in and kind of shift things around. So you're being guided to make some shifts. And this could be around home and family. It could be simply spending more time with your family. Like we said, if you have children or other members of your family, some of you guys are reconnecting in a more healthy way with your family, whether this is like siblings, parents, you know, whatever it is. So you're being guided to connect with family during this time because a lot of our healing is done through family healing and things like that. It just kind of depends. So base chakra, like healing your base chakra, healing your root, and this will really, really help you. And the better that we feel, whether, you know, energetically, physically, or even where we're living, it makes us feel a lot better too. So we're learning our environment is also very important for our health. Enchanted Whisper, listen to your heart and take a chance on love. And this is like also my dreams card and things like that. You're being guided to really pay attention to your dreams during this time and things that are coming up, but also really to listen to your heart chakra. We have a big focus on opening up the heart chakra and releasing. I had people describe it as walls, all the walls and defenses, that whether it's ego, I always think ego defenses or walls, heart walls and blocks that you have built against love and to keep love out, keep everyone out, usually from fear of getting hurt or past fear and all of these things that we've picked up along the way of programming and all of the stuff that begins to come up. Hang on one second. All right, so all the stuff that tends to come up along the way, right, that we have kind of built up against love and things like that, letting that go. Your twin flame has a way of coming in and tearing down these walls, like systematically, right? But we have to learn how to open up our heart chakra fully to this connection. Because we have open chapter. There's still pages to write, so make them great. Now, I love it because when we think of the spring equinox, it's literally like, and you might feel the pressure right now this week, final exam week at school. Like if you were in high school and it's like, okay, you're doing your final exams, but then when the equinox comes, it resets us into a new quarter of the year. And I think this is so, so important too. So we're wrapping up the old in this space. And we saw that because we're still feeling, and in the eclipse energies, which was a little bit karmic and letting go of things, released, right, with that full moon in Virgo. And now we're being guided to step into the new more fully and into a new season that the equinox will take us into too. So this is really, really good. So you're on this journey. You're still doing a lot of past life healing. Some of you guys may want to do past life healings. I was telling someone yesterday, because a lot of people that I work with ask, yes, I do past life healings. I know I have a section on my website And if you're looking for something particular, you can always type it in. I have so many healings on my website. Like, I always update. I'm always putting up new stuff. So I have a lot of really nice stuff for today. Right? But if you're looking for past life healings, I always have a section for that, because it's so important, because this is where our karmic baggage actually originates from, or other things that may happen, especially with the twin flame connection, because this is a deep past life connection. And sometimes things can kind of come up over and over, patterns, really good for healing, stuff like that. So once again, we have open up your heart chakra, really embody that love and compassion. This is everything that you're learning spiritually, is how to embody these higher frequencies. So we have a big focus on opening up your heart chakra, especially as we're going into spring where we live, but we'll just say equinox, into the equinox energy. It's all about that energy, right, that we're going into. Get some help with this. This is my twin flame facilitator. This is going to help you a lot with your journey to really, really go deeper into this and to level you up fast. I know we like to think we can do everything on our own. You're going to need support with this in the hard parts. Make sure you're getting help, because this is going to help you too much faster. Someone was asking, what do I do with you? I help you to raise your vibrational frequency, shift your timelines, pinpoint patterns, blocks, and help you to manifest better, right? And I help you with, obviously, your energy first off, and this is so, so important. So get someone to help you with this. That's why I'm always like, hello, right? That's why I do these videos, get some help with it. I have so many amazing choices on my website. I also do twin flame coaching, and that package is 6 sessions, but it's going to put you so far ahead with this stuff. I take you right in with what to heal. So we do a session on like previous relationships, childhood, and things like this, and we go in very fast and go into specific areas. I've put this together because I know what is triggered specifically on the twin flame journey to help you to heal things. And so if you don't do the help, you may have things come up at each area that are triggered, and this can lead to problems with your twin flame. So when you do these sessions, you'll have less problems, or run into less problems, because you've actually healed it, and you don't need your twin flame to trigger these things to heal, which can be a lot worse. So get some help with it, whoever this message is for. We have the Knight of Cups. This is your masculine coming in really, really strong. This is like, maybe they're going to start messaging you, coming after you, love messages, being very, very dedicated. This is my Knight of Cups. This is like my water sign, but it's like, this is someone that knows what they want. They lead from the heart. They have a very open heart. They know they want you, and then this could be like them showing a lot more affection or opening up more. So we have the Page of Swords, and back to that message, sometimes it can take the DM a minute to open up. Page of Swords, and this is like, once again, in reverse, you guys might be having communication issues, but this is like, you might be having a lot of negative thoughts or self-criticism, or, you know, whatever it is that could be throwing off your union, or how you're seeing things, or how you're manifesting things too, because this is like, you have something going on here that might be affecting communication with this person, okay? This could be like, if there's a block and they're not communicating so much, you're not communicating. This could be for anyone that's having no contact, no communication, or just struggling with their own thoughts and negativities being triggered. Because we have the Sun in reverse, and this is like a sad energy, but being a little bit negative and not letting negative energies or vibrations take over. They have to be triggered to the surface as part of your awakening and ascension, and they're gonna come up. And I think this is something I couldn't understand till a lot later. There are certain things you're gonna go through in your life that are gonna trigger things to the surface, because they have to come up for you to heal. And so this is like staying positive, seeing the wins, right? And this is like staying in gratitude, staying happy. And I mean, for real, like working through negative thoughts, beliefs, and distorted beliefs, so that you can be a happier person and healthier person and feel better about your life, no matter what's coming up or coming at you. So this is like, if you've been struggling with heavy energy, that could be normal. I know a lot of people were this eclipse shift, and we're kind of in between that. So if you've been, you know, in that space, energy clearing work, like whenever you feel heavy or you're in a lot of negativity or stagnant. So we have the Hermit, and some of you guys are once again spending time alone, but this is also my spiritual enlightenment card, but this is also paying attention to your inner guidance. Some of you guys are kind of on your own journey or your own path right now, and that's okay. And Aries season will help you to better integrate that too. So some of you guys have been maybe hermiting a little too much, because we want to be in that union energy, right? Okay, maybe you've been spending a little bit too much time alone, which it's okay, but you know, getting out of your shell. This can go down to the walls. We build to keep the world out, or whatever it is too. So I know you're in this spiritual awakening energy, and maybe this energy of reflection, because when we're in Mercury retrograde, we oftentimes don't feel like being so social, which is okay with me all the time, right? Like, so it could just be retrogrades too. Like, so instead of like being so overly social, you might be guided to like focus on yourself, or to clear out old blocks, or whatever it is too. So just know that we're also in these retrogrades. They can bring up things from the past, or just whatever you're focused on, but it's meant to help you to heal these areas if old stuff is coming up. The old stuff that maybe comes up or keeps coming up are areas you need to heal, so they're not coming up over and over again in your relationships, or patterns you're creating your relationships on too. So we have a big focus today, like I said, on breaking out of negative patterns and programming. Okay, so we're going to do a quick reading for the Divine Masculine. I haven't been on here a ton, right? You guys know I'm always available on my website, where I am when you need me, though. You guys know that. So let's do a reading for the Divine Masculine Collective, Divine Feminine. If you're watching, direct messages from your masculine. I settled for second best because I didn't deserve you. And this isn't for everyone, but some of you guys might be dealing with, we'll say this is for men. So we'll say people in karmic situations still. It's easier being with someone from my world, and so you might see that too. It just depends. This could just be friends, family, or it could even be karmics coming up too. And just whoever we'll say this is a reading for the masculine, whoever masculine spending their time with and things like that. I'm sorry for judging you and hurting your feelings. So one thing that'll really help you, like tip for healthier relationships, is seeing the other person's perspective and what they're going through. And if you're not sure, you can always ask and talk to them about it. Sometimes we like to make, I say that judging, assumptions about, you know, whatever's coming up or going on, or to personalize things. But you have to remember, because this is a reading for Divine Masculine, that your Divine Feminine is going through an awful lot with this connection as well too. It just kind of depends on where they are at, or how spiritually sound or healed they are. If they have people that have a high level of trauma and baggage, like most people on this planet can even struggle and have a hard time with this connection, as it can kick up old wounds and things like that, just being in your presence. I wish I could take back the hurtful things I said. It was wrong to take out my frustration on you. So there might have been, from a couple of these cards, things that were sad, or things that had come up around this connection. I'm clearing my karmic past and healing from the karmic relationships I've been through. Be patient. Some of the past relationships I was in have hurt me deeply and left me wounded. And so Divine Masculine is also healing relationship wounds. And sometimes we don't realize how much they're impacting us in the now. Sometimes they can make us act out of, I call it trauma responses, negative patterns, or even negative ways of seeing things, due to wounds that we need to heal and clear out. This card is screaming Mercury retrograde, where something from previous relationships may be coming up. This could be with your flame too. I know a lot of people coming back together with their flame during this time and having old baggage that you have to work through. Or even it could have been with other partners, where you're healing also your love life and relationships. You guys notice I do a ton of healing on my website, but I have a big focus on relationship work and love it. And this could be healing something in that area. Maybe you need some type of relationship or love life healing. You know where to find me if so. Things are not over between us. I just wasn't the right timing. And so everything usually goes as it should with this, knowing that things are never over with your flame. Some of you guys say that and push away in those moments, but it's not over. We will come together once fully healed. I feel your energy around me all of the time. So you're feeling and picking up on this person a ton. Baby steps. Take your time and build your love slowly with care. And a lot of times people think that it's going to happen overnight. The best relationships take time to build. You're connected, right? And whether it's making memories, spending time together, kind of, you don't want to always go rush in. I know a lot of the toxic relationships are like real fast and they fizzle out and they don't go good. sometimes this is better off. The healthier connections are being built slowly, respecting the other person's boundaries, time and space and things like that. So it's about appreciating the time that you are connecting with this person in whatever way or whatever you're doing to connect. This is something that you're building. Embrace change. Through challenges, true connections flourish. So we always think that we want everything perfect and fine, but our souls came here for soul growth and to heal certain things. So just know that sometimes these can be connections that are going to highlight areas you need to work on, or areas you need growth. And I was thinking that because we're being guided to change and grow and evolve very, very fast. So I keep watching my cat, just making sure she's not escaping. Okay, so it can trigger a lot because we're being guided to evolve and to shed and clear a lot of outdated programming and patterns really fast with this awakening and ascension. So this is a connection that is pushing you to grow and work on areas that you need it. The areas we love to not do the work and avoid are where you need it the most. So this is probably going to highlight things in your life you need to work on or heal. Stay vigilant, set clear boundaries to ensure your well-being. And we talked about this, about having a healthy connection where both are respecting the other's boundaries and things like that. Timeless elegance. You're always beautiful and someone always loves you. And I love this because this is a connection that transcends time. You do this on purpose with this person. And I think this is the most important, obviously, relationship that you're going to have, but it's a very important relationship for your awakening and for your ascension. Your person came here to shake you awake more and to show you areas that you need more work. And so a lot of times people struggle thinking this is just going to be a 3D relationship, when this is one that is going to require self-work and working on yourself. So this is like having breakthroughs, processing your karmic debris, energies you're still holding on to. Energy clearing is so powerful for twin flames. You guys will notice I put a ton of clearings on my website, whether you're just feeling weighed down or need to declutter your energy. And when you do regular energy work, this is going to help you to raise your vibrational frequency. And I was, downloading on this morning. Sometimes we get really comfortable where we're at, not understanding that we need to go higher and take better care of our energy. And I can tell you that as someone who works with energy, right? So we're needing to take better care of ourselves, our energy, and do the energy work that is required to maintain these high frequencies that are required for our spiritual ascension and soul's, we'll say, journey and growth, and even spiritual union. Because a lot of times spiritual union, I don't want to say meets us on the higher timelines, it finds us on the higher timelines, on your ascension timelines too. So when you're really aligned and in a high frequency energetically, you're also aligning with your twin flame and your union. And so sometimes when we are not taking good care of our energy, we have more problems, right? Separation and things like that. So energy clearing is one of the most powerful tools that we should be doing anyways to take care of ourselves. But specifically on the twin flame journey, it's really, really going to help you with clearing out blocks, programming, negative energies, and things like that. So separation is generally caused by negative energies that have either come up or are in your energetic field that might be repelling or pushing away this person inadvertently and things like that. So the more clear we are and the more aligned that we are, we're going to be in that, we'll say, harmony energetically, and inner harmony, and also inner union and outer union. So we have divine feminine coming through and their higher self. Divine masculine, you might be getting a lot of messages. This could be tapping in, like I say, remotely, tapping into your divine feminine and getting a lot of messages from them, or connecting with their higher self, which is giving you a lot of messages about your situation, what's coming up with both of you, or especially your divine feminine and what's going on with them. So you can probably connect and tap in and tell, if they're going through something, what's going on. And remember that your divine feminine's higher self is also a spiritual guide for you and guiding you and helping you through this process. We have two people learning together, right? And two people, right? Yeah, two separate lessons and things going on. So it takes a lot of orchestration on the higher to be kind of coming together and in a cohesive or in a harmonious way. And so you're probably getting a lot of messages and information from their higher self, or you're able to connect. And this could come in the form of downloads or just tapping in, connecting, meditation. Time to surrender. This is my dark night of the soul energy. Okay, so some people, it's like a stage you pass through and you'll be like, oh yeah, my life hit rock bottom. Like, I know I woke up in this place, or, this happened to me. A lot of people talk about having lost everything, or, had problems, or, whatever it was, in many crazy ways, or something that triggered or was a catalyst for their spiritual awakening. It could be death and losing someone, or just whatever you were going through on the mental or whatever. But I want to talk about this in a different way, as these mini purges, hopefully mini purges that you go through on the twin flame journey. There's an awful lot of clearing energy and cleansing, and so it can at times put you in these, I call them spirals, purges, dark places, depression, not feeling like doing much, losing everything and everyone, like losing connections and jobs and things because they're no longer in alignment with you. But usually it's like this dark energy that you have to go in. And I say that I do it no problem. This is what I do for a job. So when you guys are having a hard time with something, you're navigating separation as an example of this. It'll instantly put you into these lower states. And I know we love to think spiritual awakening is all this love and light and bypassing, but you need to go into these dark places and spaces to purge out your negative thoughts, negative beliefs, and a lot of negative energy that is stirred up and triggered, whether by your life experiences or twin flame itself, or separation spaces, or being apart, or whatever it is, so that you can go into these spaces and clear that energy and purge that energy and transmute it so that you can raise into a higher and higher frequency. And as you're doing this work, you're going to notice the transformation that you go through, and that this is a blessing that is designed to help you to heal specifically whatever you're holding on to, because whatever's being triggered on the energy level that doesn't feel good, these are energies that have to go. They have to be triggered to clear them oftentimes. Well, it depends on the amount of work you're doing, right? So sometimes they're being triggered specifically, especially, it depends on where you're at with your healing journey and how much energy work you're doing. So energy work can save us from having to go into all these spaces and help us to get rid of this energy in a much healthier way, rather than, me and my twin flame weren't getting along and they were triggering me and I went into this psychotic spin, sorry, and, all this nasty stuff come up. But when you're doing the energy clearing work, it's obviously a gentler process, but it's coming up regardless. Like, it's going to come up. And that's what I'm getting at, because this could be, you could just feel depressed because you're navigating separation. You could be you're with your twin flame, but as these yucky layers are being triggered to the surface, you're having to deal with things that make you feel uncomfortable, things that trigger you, old wounds, whatever it is, ways you don't feel good enough, whatever it is. Okay, so we have this energy and having to deal with some energies. Okay, and we saw that with the eclipse, and some people went through that eclipse gateway real good, and some people were not very equipped to deal with it, and a lot of stuff come up. So stuff might be coming up. That's what I'm getting at, that you're going to have to deal with. Get some help if you need it, and at these spaces, okay? Whether it's like energy healing, calls I do, whatever. Okay, so Queen of Cups, and this is your divine feminine coming through. But also it's yourself, because your divine feminine, I could say masculine, but this is a reading for the masculine, so let's keep it simple. Your divine feminine is not separate from you. I don't like calling them a projection. They're a reflection of your own consciousness. You're interconnected in that deep of a way that you share the one consciousness. And so this is important too, because they are going to reflect and mirror your own inner feminine in so many different ways. So the more that you connect with the energies of the feminine, this is going to help you a ton. And I mean, I connect with both, but you guys notice I do a lot of collective work, as I call it, right? And things like that. So when you're connecting with the divine feminine, this can help you to heal so many things. And this is why I'm all about, women empowerment and bringing people together, but for everyone. But when you connect more with your own intuition, psychic gifts, and I love this Scorpio moon because it's actually a very intuitive psychic energy. So you're going to be getting through a lot today, and in this eclipse portal, because with the equinox, it's like things are wide open. We have a huge influx of energy. We can tap in. We can, whether it's doing healings or spiritual work or psychic readings, or, just tapping into your situation and seeing things clearly, because the eclipse really reveals things for you, like deeper truths and downloads or whatever it is too. So this is connecting with unconditional love for your twin flame, and this is everything that we came here to do with these types of connections, is getting rid of, I hate to say it, but a lot of karmic connections are not at all based on love. We think they are, but they're based on distortions and things like that. and they tend to be a lot of the karmic connections that I see still in progress, like transactional and like, oh, well, I'm stuck with this person, I had to move out or get a divorce, but we'd have to split our house up, or I'm using them because I haven't sorted myself, or whatever it is in these connections, or based on like codependency or unhealthy connections. And I think we've all been there, done it, seen it, got the t-shirt, I'd say, to experience this on some level, not to be stuck in it, but to understand true love on a deeper level that has nothing to do with any of that stuff, right? And things like that. So we see a lot of that still in the 3D, and I'm not picking, because every season serves its purpose and people need lessons from where they're at. However, with Twin Flame, everything gets stripped away and it's just nothing but love can remain. And this is why all the negative beliefs and distortion and everything has to go, because this is just about being with this person and loving them in such an unconditional, divine way as love should be. And when we can do that, this is where the universe comes in, because this is where the universe is present, or I always say there, when there's a lot of love energy and positive energy and things like that. So it's stripping away everything that has been blocking you, because when we talked about purging out all those yucky energies, guess what happens? They've been what has been covering your frequency and weighing you down and keeping you in not the best frequency states, right? There's always room for improvement, or blocking your gifts and abilities. So when you strip away all of that negativity you've been holding on to energetically, you rise into a higher frequency very fast, and you uncover and open up and activate so much more of your gifts and abilities and other positive things, right? So much positivity comes out of doing this work. Okay, 8 of Pentacles. Some of you guys are being a little lazy or not putting in the work, maybe letting your chance or possibility pass you by. Make sure that you are making things happen with your time right now, because we have the 4 of Wands, and some of you guys, it's not for everyone, but some of you guys have you're not feeling stable or rooted. You're dealing with self-doubt still and low self-esteem, and so until we heal these patterns and issues, they remain. And you can change your situation all you want, but until you're getting rid of them and healing them for real and getting rid of things, they're still there. So if you've been dealing with insecurity, not feeling great, not feeling confident, stress, whatever it is, that card can indicate it being a block in your union, and whether real block separation things need healed, or just in the union coming up. So we have the 10 of Swords, and we have your healing, and this is from everything that you've been through. So this is like, you've been through a lot of hardships and negative experiences, and this is my, like, every sword is a wound kind of card, I always say, right? It's a healing. You gotta need to heal. I know everyone does anyways, but it's something powerful that also is bringing us together with the right people in our lives. Yes, when you're healing, you meet so many powerful spiritual connections, and you're coming together with the right people, and through healing, you learn to heal and learn what works and things like that. And so this is powerful card too. Okay, so you still have some wounds, whether they're raw, being triggered, or just buried in your past, that you need to process. This is the path to ascension, twin flame journey too, right? Whether they're affecting you on your love life, your twin flame journey, or just on your ascension, being guided to declutter. So this is about healing things that you're still holding on to. Yeah, the experiences are done and over, and people probably don't want to talk about it, right? But energetically, we're holding a lot. So this could be on the energy level, things kind of in your field still, or whatever it is. So I went through it, not me, but we're using it as an example. Say I went through a traumatic experience, and we're going to make it like around, here's an imprint and a block in my energy field here from it, and then throw in like 50 of them, right? And so we have these things in our field that can create blocks and problems, and we have imprints stored. So I went through something traumatic, we'll say in my first relationship, and it keeps coming up over and over, and I don't know why, and all of my relationships after that, because it's something in my energy field. And so we're doing a lot of raising our frequency and recoding our energy field to release these deeper energetic blocks. So let's just say I did 50 years of talk therapy, and I'm still having the same problems, and I don't know why. Okay, so energy healing is very effective at clearing energetic blocks and things that we probably can't see, we've been there, we've done it, we've had the experience, but it's affected our energy. And so until we kind of get into that energy healing, we could have the same problems tend to come up because they're encoded in our field and can affect us in certain areas of our life, especially our connections and how we interact with other people, as our energy fields are always exchanging information and communicating with the other person. So say you went through a traumatic experience and you'd rather not deal with it, but it's there. So when your twin flame is interacting with you and they start acting weird and acting out that experience, or it starts coming up through them, exchanging information on the energy level. So for this divine masculine, being guided to keep your energy clear and get more into that energy healing in some type of way, whatever that might look like for you too. I have amazing healing sessions on my website, easy for you guys to do, always one-on-one, just for you and what's going on with you too. So, and what I love to do. Like, right, I am here, I'm going to be here all week for that equinox, but I do have stuff up on my site for today and through that equinox. You can do anything on my shop anyways. I'll probably be getting some new stuff up tomorrow. Check it out. If you need a healing session, reading, coaching, anything like that, just book it on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. Have a beautiful day.